and welcome to Shlime Reviews. I'm Shlime. It's a face reveal slash Christmas special. I've really grown a lot in these almost 4 months of working on this channel, and I really appreciate all of the love and support, all the tips. I also have another surprise as well for the change in this channel. A lot of comments kept asking me if I was playing on a bathroom floor, which, you know, I kind of get, but I don't know. It would be really hard to play on a bathroom floor, honestly. I have a new setup, so without further ado, we're saying goodbye to the old kitchen counter and moving on to a much cleaner and simple setup. It was a kitchen countertop, but it's a Christmas miracle because I will admit this newer setup looks a million times better. So I want to get right into the review. I'm really excited about this one because if you don't know, Emily, she runs the Mako Slimery, and she has a YouTube channel, and that's where I first found her. She also has her own slime shop too, and we become really great friends over this last month. It's like crazy, and she's so kind, and she actually sent me a package with all of her Christmas slimes for free because she's a sweetheart, and we just want to support each other's YouTube channel. So I'm really excited to, you know, show you her slimes. You know, I still want to be 100% honest, and I told her I would be because, you know, she wants to improve, and she just got started, I want to say, within the last year, so there's always room for improvement anyway, even if you are a big shop. I'm gonna have a link to her channel down in my description, along with to her Etsy shop, and I'll include her Instagram as well. Also, I'm on Instagram. It's all in my description. This was also sort of like a Christmas package too, so she included some extras that I did want to share with you guys. And if you couldn't tell, I have my little Kakashi figure here. I love anime, so there's one little thing about me. Oh, and also my name is actually Kayla, but I love being called Shlime. That's like my persona on here. I would love to still be called that, but if you call me Kayla, I understand that too. Also, for the next 2 weeks, I will be posting twice a week. I'm gonna try to post Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment if you do enjoy the content as well. Yeah, there's just a lot of really great changes, and let me know what you guys think about this video. I was just so happy and excited to receive this package. It had a cute Mako sticker on it, and this came all the way from Canada. This is the very first international slime package I've ever received, and it didn't come too banged up at all. I believe this got here in about 10 days too, with a bit of a delay, so that was, again, really awesome. When I first opened the package, there was a handwritten thank you, which was super elegant and well designed, and I just thought that was such a cute touch. I loved it. It also came with a care sheet, business card, and a personalized shark thank you sticker, which is super rad. I thought that was awesome. For being a smaller shop that just started this year, they already add a lot to their branding, which I love. She also included some ketchup chips, and here's my reaction to that.
Why is this wrapped? What? Wait, what? Ketchup? What do you mean? Old Dutch ketchup. Oh my god. These are chips that are flavored like ketchup. Are you kidding me? Is this a Canadian thing? Like, I like ketchup, but man, I did not know that existed. That's funny.
They were actually super delicious, and they kind of reminded me of barbecue chips, and I really like them. Emily also spoiled me with some Smarties. Apparently in Canada, Smarties are chocolates, whereas in America, they're more of like a powdered tart sort of candy. So I had to show just how much thought Emily put into wrapping my package. She literally wrapped each slime like a present, which was so cute, along with everything else. They were all wrapped, and it was just such a personal touch. It made me feel so special, and it was so cute. I also just need to include that she really went out of her way to make me some stickers. I love cartoons. I love Adventure Time. Naruto was one of the first animes I loved in middle school.
Kashi, it's my husband. This is my husband.
She also made her own Shark Tank sticker too, which was just adorable. Moving on to the slimes. She also did include a bag of borax. Also included an activator pen. So she actually sent me 7 slimes, which were all the slimes from her Christmas drop. The first one being Ugly Christmas Sweater. The other slimes are Christmas Morning, Merry Grinchmas, Candy Cane Clouds, a Snow Globe, Candy Cane, not to be confused with Candy Cane Cloud, and Shining Flamingo. And I was just so excited to try her slimes. So the first slime we're gonna look at is Shining Flamingo. I love this. It kind of reminds me of Christmas in Las Vegas. I get that vibe. I love the gold and the gold pigment with the clear glue. They even have these little flamingo confetti pieces. They're just such a cute touch to add into this. And I also need to point out that this Mako label on the top is super cute. I love the little shark with the Santa hat. So I remember Emily mentioning that this was her favorite scent from the drop. It's cotton candy and peppermint, and I have to say that's a really delicious, refreshing scent combination. I really enjoyed it a lot. Adding the flamingos on top seriously just made this look that much more like Christmas in Vegas. And I don't even think that was what she was going for. She even admitted that this was a random concept, but I love just thinking outside of the box. The gold bingsu beads shine so beautifully with this too. And there was also some silver beads as well. This was a little bit sticky at first, so I added a tiny bit of the activator that was in the pin that she provided. And with that, it got rid of that little stickiness and made this a really lovely texture. This fluffs up so much. I love the sounds of this slime. This actually, I don't want to spoil anything, but this did wind up being my favorite from the order just because of the scent with the texture and the theme and everything. It really just stood out to me in a beautiful way. And I just didn't think that this slime was going to fluff up so much. I have to say I really enjoyed her bingsu slime. It's so good. There was just a good ratio with the glue and beads, and I like when there's enough glue to just make it nice and fluffy without tearing, and she did such a good job with that. This also did inflate a good amount too. So for Shining Flamingo, that's a beautiful 10 out of 10 slime. So the next slime we're going to look at is Candy Cane Clouds. This is a clear cloud slime, which I'll admit I've never tried before. I love that there's two colors, the red and white, and there's these little candy cane charms on top. I don't even know what these are made out of, but they really look like little mini candy canes. They were super cute. So this slime was fun to mix together, but this was definitely different. It didn't have that normal drizzle that I'm used to with cloud slimes, and I did mention that to Emily, and it turns out that this just got weird during transit, or she even says she should have just added more snow. I don't know what she should have done differently, honestly, because so it's weird. This slime started sort of stiff, and it doesn't even drizzle the first time I go to play with it. I do pull this slime back out a week later when I go to film again, and it had a much better drizzle, so it could have been maybe it was cold because I did open this package pretty fresh after it arrived. But she did suggest to add lotion, so I did that, and I was happier playing with this the second time. I didn't film too much of the second time, but you can see the difference when I show it here. The second drizzle is just much smoother and more fluffy. I actually did not mind the texture that it was. It was just different to me. It even did some pops. I could spread it in a way where it was able to pop. And I think that's what Emily meant by the fact that maybe there was more snow that should have been added to it. And I just love that she does own up to those kinds of mistakes. And she does, she just started getting into slime, I think last year. She came out with her shop this year. I'm still impressed by everything she's been able to accomplish in this little time. I also want to add that the scent for this is a light peppermint. I forgot to mention that earlier. And the color is sort of like a light red pinkish color. It's hard to differentiate with peppermint slimes, but I do really love the color that it turned into. I also want to mention that there was a good amount of snow fallout the first time playing with it, but it did go away when I pulled it out the second time. This also inflated, which is not normal for cloud slimes, but maybe for clear cloud slimes. I don't know. Again, she's still working on this recipe, so I'm not gonna really question the inflation too much, but it did inflate. So for candy cane clouds, I want to be 100% honest. This is clearly, you know, it had some issues that even she was aware of. I still kind of like the texture. You guys will probably be mad at me for that, but I did like it. I don't know. I think that this honestly just deserves a solid 6 out of 10 Shlime. The next slime we're going to look at is candy cane. This is a clear slime with a lot of iridescent glitters added into it. It also has these beads called perler beads. This is definitely my first time trying a slime like this before. It also came with little candy cane confettis, and I'm pretty sure that she hand makes all of her confetti pieces. This is such a pretty slime. I love all of the shiny glitters added into this. The beads are basically like just a hollow bead? I don't know, but they were cool. And I enjoyed adding the little candy cane confettis on top. This slime wasn't melted at all. It was actually pretty thick. And now that I mention it, Mako, I always call her Mako, Emily, I go back and forth, but she mentioned that she did overactivate some of her slimes because she was really nervous about how it was going to do in shipping. But luckily for this being overactivated, this was still very stretchy. It was just a thick, clear slime, which I really enjoyed. These perler beads really add some cool pops. It's something I've never tried before, and I did enjoy them a lot. It was just something different. But I have to admit that if you squish these too hard, it does make your hands hurt. So if you have sensitive hands, I don't recommend any slime with these types of beads in them. You know, obviously you should just play with these kind more gentle, but I really enjoy, again, the pops that it makes, and I like the red and white mixture with it. And the scent is actually different. It's not candy cane. It is a spiced coconut milk, which is pretty delicious, which I don't know if I would have like figured out without knowing that, but when you know that, you can tell, yeah, it's a spiced coconut. This slime didn't tear at all for it being as thick as it was, and I really enjoyed playing with it. I want to mention too that there was no bead fallout at all. So for candy cane, again, if you get this type of bead texture, you should know it's going to hurt your hands a little bit, so just be gentle. So with that, I give this a beautiful 10 out of 10 Shlime. So the next slime we're going to look at is Merry Grinchmas. I was so excited to get this because I didn't order a Grinch slime for the specials, so this is the one and only. She handmade these little Grinch confetti pieces that are just super, super cute, and it has a clay topping. Mako does so good with their labeling. I meant to mention that earlier, but I just love how each one just like kind of covers the whole jar, and it's just such high quality sticker. The clay piece was super cute with the white and green mix. So when I went to squish in the clay piece, it was like kind of dry, and then the base was definitely overactivated. It also had these slushy beads, and slushy beads already are just difficult to keep in slime, so when it was overactivated, they were falling out too. This was really difficult to stretch. It kind of was perfect in a way because of the Grinch and has his cold heart. This was a cold slime again too. I did open this pretty soon after receiving it. So to warm the Grinch's heart, I stuck this slime in the microwave. Once it was done in the microwave and cooled down a little bit, it was such a good texture. It was so soft and easy to stretch, of course, because it was fresh out of the microwave, but I had to see the potential of this slime, and it was just so creamy. I wish I knew what this texture was going to be like without me doing that, but I did really enjoy how it formed. The slushy beads, I believe, still fell out a tiny bit, but nowhere compared to what it was doing before. And this scent for this slime is so delicious. It's butterscotch, cookie dough, and carrot cake. It's just a sweet, delicious scent that I really, really enjoyed. The slushy beads add a cool texture. The green is just a perfect Grinch green. I seriously loved this slime. I just wish that, you know, of course, it was just what it was supposed to be when I went to play with it. And I did tell her about this, and again, she mentioned the fact that all of her slimes were a bit overactivated. It's just good to remember that during the winter season, a lot of these slimes can just get really stiff and tear easy. And if they still act up after being in the microwave, then there's probably something wrong with the slime at that point. This was overactivated because after a while, it did start to stiffen back up. So again, it's something that Emily's aware of. This was her first winter trying to ship slimes, so she didn't know whether to under or overactivate because of the freezing weather. This was a free gift, so I'm still happy with this slime no matter what. So for Merry Grinchmas, I do have to fault it because of it being overactivated with the dried clay piece, but the texture and scent really made up for it at being like that initially. Oh, this is really hard for me. I'm gonna have to give this a 6 out of 10 slime. The next slime we're gonna look at is Christmas Morning. I was so excited to try this slime because the Christmas tree on top is hand painted by Emily and her sister, and I just thought that was such a cute touch. And I love too that it was separated with some plastic wrap so it didn't melt into the slime. It made me really happy because I would have been sad if it got ruined. So I went to touch the base and it was overactivated like Merry Grinchmas. So before I put the clay piece in, I stuck this in the microwave because I just wanted to have a better mixing experience. While it's in the microwave, I just have to show off this clay piece even more. I also want to say the slime smells really good. It's like I don't know, sort of like a cologne, but like a good cologne, like a Christmas cologne. I don't know. There's a blended scent I can say later, but they also had these cute little Christmas tree confettis that I added before the clay topping just so they didn't go everywhere. The clay piece looks so cute once it's actually added. So once I went and mixed this slime, the clay piece was definitely not dry. It was super soft and went into this beautifully. I did realize though that I got some of the paint on my fingers, and I think that's because it was hand painted and because this slime was a bit warm from the microwave still, so that's probably my fault. Either way, it was nice to mix this clay piece together properly, and it almost looked like little bits of snow when it was mixing. There was a whole blend of scents for this slime. It's winter air, frozen icicles, eucalyptus, clove leaves, and cool mint. And that was just such a delicious blend. I enjoy this scent a lot, and this just mixes into a butter slime. I forgot to mention Grinchmas was butter slime too, forgive me, but they're the same type of texture. The color is so pretty for this slime too. It's almost like the blue hue off of the snow. You know, since Emily's from Canada, she does know a lot about snow, way more than I would. So this was a really great take on Christmas Morning, and I really liked this slime a lot once it was, you know, stretching properly. She did mention that the Christmas tree confettis can poke your hands. So that's something I'd hope that she add to her website. I really don't know. I didn't look at the listings for these, but they do poke your hands a little bit. So if you're an aggressive slime player and you have sensitive hands, then I would recommend not adding the Christmas confetti pieces. But I really enjoyed that touch to it, and it didn't bother me, not one bit. I really enjoyed the slime a lot. It was a super cute Christmas slime. So for Christmas Morning, the clay piece was actually good. It was just the base. So I'm gonna give this slime an 8 out of 10 slime. So the next slime we're gonna look at is Ugly Christmas Sweater. I was so excited to try this one. It had such a Christmas vibe with all of the red and green and gold bits. I love that the base is a green though, because it just really makes the other colors pop off of it, almost like a wreath or a Christmas sweater. She also included little sweater confettis, which are just so cute. I've never seen something like this before. And I know that these are definitely handcrafted or handmade by her. The red, silver, gold, and green is just so cute. She really just threw a lot of stuff into this slime. There was also like these little stringy confetti pieces in it too. The stringy confetti pieces were like just enough to make it not to work and wrap around your fingers. There was just so much added into this slime. There was these iridescent foil pieces, and then you have a bunch of different types of confettis and glitters, and the bingsu beads. This isn't technically a bingsu slime. I want to say this is like a semi-bingsu slime. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But it's not like the Shining Flamingo. This was definitely a bit overactivated. I just had to stretch it slow though, and this slime was still fluffed up very nicely. Oh yeah, there were also pom-pom balls in it. There's so much added into this. Or is that jelly cubes? I can't even. Like there's just so much different stuff added in here. It's literally like an ugly Christmas sweater when they add all of the decorations they can. Like, I love it. She really goes out of the box. Like, you know, I've seen a lot of Christmas themed slimes, and she made a lot I honestly haven't seen, and kudos to her. I seriously love the ideas that she comes up with. This scent for this is a creamy nutmeg, and it definitely has a nutmeg smell. It's honestly a little bit strong, but I still really like it. It just reminds me of Christmas. This was just such a good Christmas slime. I really enjoyed this a lot. And I love that you can see the little sweater confettis. It's too cute. Too cute. So for Ugly Christmas Sweater, that is a beautiful 10 out of 10 slime. So I saved the best for last. We're gonna be looking at Mako's Snowglobe. I don't know the proper name for this, if it's Let It Snow, but it just, oh my gosh, this aesthetic is super cute. I know it was a little bit more and she only had limited amount of these, and she really gave me one, and that was just too sweet and kind of her. I really wanted some sort of snow globe slime, and it even came with these snowflake confettis. I'm in love with the aesthetic of this. The flown pieces on top seriously looks like snow is supposed to be falling down. And there's all the iridescent torn foil pieces. There's so many little glitters added into this. To say I was excited for this slime was like an understatement. I was in love with this look so much. Adding the little snowflakes on top was such a cute touch, because then when you push it into the slime, it's like you're adding the snow into the snow globe. I know a lot of shops did their own take on the snow globe. I'm so impressed that Mako was even able to find these kinds of containers, and look at how beautiful. The more I press into this slime, the more it looks like it's snowing in the snow globe. It's almost like our take on shaking a snow globe. I don't know how many times I've said snow globe now, but oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this slime. So you can probably tell by looking at the container, but this was a bit of a struggle to get out. But you know, that's honestly to be expected. I feel like most of the snow globe slimes that you're gonna buy from any shop is gonna be a little special getting out of its container, but that's part of the aesthetic, and I did not mind that at all. So the more I was getting the slime out of this container too, I realized, wow, There's a lot in here. I don't know how much was actually in this. If it's like, I want to say this was like close to a 9 or 10 ounce, probably more. I'm really bad at like guesstimating that. By the way, I think the slimes before this were around 5 ounces, 5 to 6 ounces. But this, I really, maybe 10, 11 ounces. I really don't know. I just know I've never played with this much clear slime before. The added foam pieces with the snowflakes and the iridescent foil, it just makes this beautiful, snowy Christmas vibe. I was just in love with this slime. It was such a thick slime, and again, she overactivates them, but this didn't tear at all. It was just a perfect thick clear slime in my opinion. I really was just so happy with this slime. It was unscented to preserve its clarity, but that's understandable. And I don't know, I was just in love. It just is beautiful. I love when it starts to cloud up. It just looks that much more like there's snow. Again, she's from Canada. She knows how to make a good snow themed slime, that's for sure. And I love when it clouds up too. The blue confetti pieces sort of give a hue even off of that, which make it more like a snow aesthetic. I can't get over how pretty this slime is, if you can't tell. And yeah, I was just in love. And I know that this does inflate, and it's pretty funny to see the inflation in the container. What's cool too is it's almost like we shook the snow globe in the container, because now it's all foggy with white. And yeah, I was just in love with this slime. So for the snow globe, that is a beautiful 10 out of 10 Shlime. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and check out more of Mako Slimery, please. If you don't want to buy her slimes because some of these weren't what they were supposed to be, it's understandable, but please follow her on YouTube because she does such good reviews and she's very knowledgeable. She's just trying to figure out how to do shipping, which I believe is like an art in itself, to just keep the textures what they once were. But yeah, Emily is just so kind. She puts a lot into her YouTube videos, and yeah, I'll definitely have a link to her channel and to her Etsy shop, and also check her out on Instagram. She doesn't post that much, but when she does, it's either for her channel or just some cool artsy slime stuff. I don't know, she's really creative and she really inspires me a lot. So please, if you like Shlime, you'll love Mako, if you don't know about Emily already, honestly. But yeah. Also, if you're curious, I'm on Instagram too, so follow me if you want to see daily Shlimes and just Shlimes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you on my next Christmas special.